Okay, so you can say whatever you want to say.
Oh no, I thought you were going to say something and I was going to reply. I said all I had to say to you in my comment.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. So, okay, I'll just ask questions. Um, so why come to my page, or do you go to like numerous of like Iris West supported pages or West Allen pages, or is it just mine specifically?
Oh no, I go to various different pages, not just Pest Allen pages, but
Okay, cool. Um, so for instance, for me, I've said numerous of times that um, this is my personal page, and I just so happen to post Flash stuff. And I've always told you that I'm a supporter of Candace. I'm not a Candace stan, whatever. Well, what does stan mean to you? Like, what does that mean to you?
I just find that not, all right, maybe not specifically you, and I appreciate that clarification of what you just said. But I've noticed that there are certain Candace fans or stans, I'll say, that are really, really aggressive to a lot of people in the fandom. A little bit over the top. Look, I love Danielle Panabaker. That's mine. Okay.
Mm.
But I'm not out there constantly trying to push her in people's faces if they don't want her to be a fan of hers. But I feel like Candace fans have to have everybody love Candace no matter what.
Right.
And that's a lot for a lot of people.
Okay. Yeah, I understand that. I understand what you're saying. Because I have seen it myself. That I won't say Candace stands are aggressive. I'll just say that they try to stand up for her when she can't. Knowing that a superhero fandom can be quite racist. I have seen a lot of negative things people have said about her weight, her skin, her hair texture, things of that nature. And Candace seems to never say anything. She rarely, can we agree on that she rarely comments back with people, like argue with people back and forth?
Well, I've seen her call people ashy.
Yeah, well, that was one time. Yeah, one thing she called people ashy. That was funny.
She told that person that she got a lot of, I don't remember her exact wording, but she said she got paid a lot of money to ruin the Flash. Or someone said, you ruined the Flash, and she said, I got paid big money to do it. Like, she had quite a chip on her shoulder.
Yeah, that was hilarious. You didn't think that was funny?
Well, you know, a lot of people, I think that she's ruined the show. I think ruins, I mean, that's saying that the whole show, she's the downfall of the whole show, and that's ridiculous. That makes no sense. But the show did become the Iris instead of the Flash for a lot. And people are tired of it being about her all the time. We missed the team.
Do you think this season is the Iris show too?
You know, funnily enough, I actually don't. I felt like that was season 4 and that was season 6. I actually feel like Eric has dialed it back, but he keeps harping on this lightning rod, lightning rod, lightning rod. It's like, okay, we get it. The woman is his lightning rod. Fine. It doesn't make for good TV, but, you know, I almost feel like Eric's being kind of flippant. Like, okay, you all wanted to be pissed that she wasn't. Well, here, let me ram it down your throat. Now, do you get it? Yeah, we got it, man. Mm-hmm. Enough. So I can understand why a lot of fans are tired of being Iris. Iris.
So, okay, I can understand that, because it was definitely Iris centered in season 3, when Savitar was trying to kill her, and in season 6 with the whole mirror Iris thing. I can understand why fans say that. But can we say the same thing for Danielle, knowing that she gets at least 1 or 2 episodes centered around her character every season, and Iris has only had 2 seasons where she had a standalone episode?
Yeah, I think with the standalone episodes, yes, that does make sense. But I feel like they force Iris in all the time in places that she doesn't need to be in because she pep talks Barry. She's not a scientist. She's not an engineer. She's not anything that team doesn't need. And if 7 seasons in, Barry can't be his own man without having his wife give him a pep talk in the Star Labs hallway, then, excuse this, but what the fuck is he doing? Be a man. We're tired of Iris having to always pep this man up. And then she doesn't do anything else. Okay, she's got her paper. Well, it would have been better if she had had that established from season 2 when they had started that and run that whole storyline. But they stopped abruptly, put her in Star Labs in season 4, which made no sense. Then they plucked her back out. Then they put her back in. And it just, her character has no fluidity whatsoever.
Right. Now I can't agree with you on some of the things that you said about the whole pep talks. I'm not a fan of that at all. But some of the things that you're saying, I can definitely say the same things for Cisco's character, all the Welleses, and Caitlin's character. They all have been written poorly, in my opinion. Every last one of them. I think that Killer Frost was probably the last supporting character who was kind of exciting, but it seems like they have ruined that also.
I don't agree with that. I really love Killer Frost. I think that she adds a lot to that team, as does Caitlin. They need her. I think they've been well written. I would have liked to see more Frost development. I just think they started out strong with her, kind of dropped the ball, but then picked it back up good. And I think Caitlin's always been a good, solid character. She's always been needed, always been useful, always been good.
Okay. So is it safe to say that you don't like Iris's character, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's fine. Okay, can I also say that you don't like Candace either?
I do not.
You do not like Candace. Okay.
No.
So you don't like either one of them.
No,
okay.
I don't. I don't think Candace is a good actress. She's very one-dimensional.
Okay.
Her extent is either she's rolling her eyes or she has that one sad, dry little tear that she wriggles out of her left eye, and that's about all that she can do as an actress.
Right.
And
Danielle's never cried on cue or on camera. She's never cried in one scene. So
I'd have to debate that. But I can't recall every single scene in season. I will bow to you on this one. I doubt it, but I can't argue with you that I don't have that knowledge in my head. But I just think Candace is very one-dimensional, and I think she's has a very big head. She's very cocky for her to have such a small filmography. Danielle's been doing this for years. She has directing. She's been a child. She's been in movies and on and on and on. Candace is a one-stop soap opera actress that got this and isn't very good at it. And she's very cocky. I mean, she thinks that the world revolves around her, and it does not.
I have no problem at all with Candace being cocky, with her being confident, with her owning who she is as a Black woman. I don't have any problems with that at all. We can debate because that's your opinion of saying that she's a bad actress. I don't necessarily think she's bad.
Grant is he's such a saint. He's such a good man. He's amazing. He really can do.
You think he's a saint?
Oh, I do. I just think he has that love above all else on his beautiful arm. I mean.
So he up there with Jesus, huh?
Well, I don't know about Jesus, but he's a good guy.
Okay. Yeah, I think Grant's great too. I think he's standard, very attractive guy. Yeah. But he likes Candace though. So what does that say about her?
Does he though? Come on.
I
No,
think he
girl.
does. You don't think that he likes Candace? All
No.
the many times that he has supported her, the many pictures that he has posted of her, all those things. You think that is all performative? He's just doing that for whom?
Yeah, he's doing that because he wants to come off as politically correct. Because the CW and his bosses know, as a white guy, he's got to show this black woman some kindness, if you will, or it's going to come off making it look bad for him and the CW. Of course, it's performative. I mean, we see who he hangs out from the show in his real life, and it's not Candace. He see whose pictures he likes on Instagram. It's not hers, or comments he makes. It's not hers. He does what he does. He does his quota. The man's got to do so many of this, and this for that woman every financial quarter. He does it. He's done.
Financial quarter. That was a good one. I like that. That was a good one. Financial quarter. Okay.
So that's it.
So you think nobody likes her because your friend, I think it's your friend Kelly. Yes, your friend Kelly said that her cousin works as the driver, one of the drivers there, and said that Candace is very mean on set and mean to him and Grant, mean and nasty to Grant as well. That's what she told me.
Oh, damn, I didn't know that. She told me that I didn't know that was her cousin. I think maybe you must have misunderstood that. I know that she told me that she was in contact with a driver there that used to drive them around, and he overheard a conversation where Grant was talking to, I think it was Todd at the time, season 5, and asking him that he didn't want any more scenes with Candace because he couldn't stand being around her, acting around her. He definitely didn't want to kiss her, touch her. So he wanted none of that.
Really?
Yes. So that's why season 5, I think, was such a good turnaround season, because we didn't have to be subjected to them two touching. Because, you can see it on the man's face every time he's got to do that. He can't hide that he doesn't want to, touch her.
You honestly think so?
I do.
When West Allen got so much great content in season 1 through 4.
Yeah, you can tell that Grant was definitely not into those scenes. Clearly he had enough, because after all that they had forced him to do, seasons 3 and 4, he changed that in 5, and he went to the producers and said, "Listen, I can't do this anymore." Hence why season 5, 6, and we can't count now because of COVID, but 5 and 6, because that's why they don't touch each other anymore, right. Which is better for the show.
Okay. So is it safe to say that I can say the same thing about Grant going to the producers and telling them not to do Snowberry? Because he definitely said that in an interview. He was saying that he wanted to focus more on West Allen, even though the producers wanted to tease Snowberry or Barry and Linda, Barry and Patty. So is it safe to say that Grant went against them doing the whole Snowberry thing?
No, he said he was pushed into doing West Allen. That he was ready to...
I thought he said I always pushed. No, so what's the wording? I've always pushed for West Allen, or I was pushed to do West Allen? What's the wording?
I pushed to do West Allen.
Okay. So why do you think Snowberry didn't happen?
I think that because of the times we're living in, I think that the CW or their parent company, I don't know all those technicalities, but I think they wanted to check that box, if you will. People are always trying to put in more people of color in places where maybe they shouldn't be. And I think the CW wanted to do it with this. That's why they made Iris black, not like the comics, which maybe they should have stuck with, but that's another story. And I think that they said, listen, we've got to go ahead and do this interracial thing. I'm sorry if that's not what you want, but, we got to make it look like we are a company of diversity. And it's just, if this was 10 years ago, we'd have a white Iris and things would be different. But that was the hand that Grant was dealt. And at the time, he wasn't that big of an actor. They're probably offering him good money, a network show. And so he said yes. Little did he know 5 years later he was not going to stand this woman and didn't want to touch her. And he was going to be stuck with this kind of, cocky. Maybe she's not clean. I don't know.
You don't think she clean?
Well, I don't know.
You don't think, wait a minute. Now, you can say whatever you want about her personality, whatever. But to say the woman is not clean, now, look, I don't know about what everybody else says about Danielle, but I've always said nice things about Danielle and how she dressed, okay? And you have to respect the way Candace puts outfits together. You just have to respect that. She has turned some looks. I'm not talking about her as Iris. I'm talking about Candace as a person, herself. Now, I'm not going to say that the woman is dirty. I have met her in real life. She smells very good. And so we're not going to say that she's dirty, okay?
No. I'm not saying that. Okay, I'm not going to say she's dirty, but maybe, some people have issues. And it could be medical. Maybe she's got halitosis. Maybe she's got some kind of sweaty gland issue. I don't know. But maybe that's why Grant doesn't want to be near her because of, now, why can you imagine having to kiss someone with halitosis that you already don't want to touch? Come on. I'm not saying that's true, but it could be why Grant doesn't want to be around her and why he doesn't like her. Plus, is she really that good of an acting partner for him? He's such a good actor, and I feel like she might not be up to his caliber.
You don't believe, okay, let's say this. What is, okay, let's ask this question. What is your favorite, Barry scene, of all time? Ooh, this is just my favorite scene.
Of him acting or just, there's so many. Anytime he's got to be, anytime I call it pre-Flashpoint, season 1, season 2 with Nora and Henry and all that emotion. I thought that was great. Zoom when he broke his back. Season 3, even those scenes where he was very worried about Iris, he acted well. I didn't particularly care that it was so Iris-centered, but I thought Grant's acting was good.
Okay.
Season 4, I think he showed his great comedic skills, that he could do both comedy and drama. Mm-hmm. So I just think he's great.
Mm-hmm. So what is your favorite Danielle Panabaker scene from the show?
Oh, gosh.
There's just so many, right?
So many. Season 1 with Ronnie, all that with Ronnie, I thought was amazing. Her work with Zoom and when she was betrayed by him, the hurt. Then we saw her being Killer Frost and her having this dual role, I think just showed such depth. Mm-hmm. Then season 3, she had to struggle with Killer Frost and how she, I felt so sorry for her when she kept part of the Philosopher's Stone. You could see her struggle.
You felt bad for her?
With who?
You felt bad for her?
I felt bad for her. Poor Caitlin.
But she lied to her team, though.
But you could tell the inner struggle she was having. That's how good of an actress Danielle was, because I could feel her. She wanted to tell her team, but she just was so torn up inside. That's acting. That was real.
That was
real
a scene
acting.
where she was just toe up. That was the scene?
That was the scene.
Oh, man, I missed that. I didn't see that one.
You got to go back and take a look
at that. Yeah, I got to go back and watch that because I don't remember where she was just so tore up and crying and stuff. I don't remember none of that.
Oh, yeah, you got to go back.
Yeah, I have to go back and watch that.
You'd enjoy it.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask this question. What do you think about how they act at Comic-Con? How do you feel about them as a whole, everybody as a group? How do you think? Do you think that they act friendly? Do you think they act like a family? Do you think that, as you said, that nobody likes Candace, so do you feel that they kind of leave her on the side?
I think they do a good job at Comic-Con. They try to include her. It's obvious they don't want her there, but I think they really do try to include her. And I think that says a lot about them as people, because they can just, like you said, leave her on the side, ditch her, but they know they can't. That there's optics, they've got to look a certain way. And I really appreciate them trying to do their best, because we've all had coworkers that we don't want to be around or hang out with. but you have to be in that meeting with them. You got to go to this conference with them, whatever it is. And you put on your face and you get out there and do it. So good job to that Flash cast, because you can tell they all just really can't. Well, maybe what is her father's name with the goatee?
Jesse
Thank
Martin.
you. Yeah, now he might be all right with Candace. And the child that played Wally.
Keenan Lonsdale.
Yes. I think they might be okay with her. Maybe not, but I think they might kind of tolerate her. Everybody else.
Because they're black too?
Well,
Because they're all black?
Well, folks like their own folks.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Okay. So what else questions do I have? Do you have any questions for me? Probably
No.
not. No. Okay. So
Well, no. Maybe I do. But what is it about Candace? Because, we're here, we're talking. What is it? I don't understand. She's
like,
not attractive.
Why do I like her?
Why do you like her? Please. Why does she have these fans that like her? I mean, she can't act. She's not attractive. I mean, she's kind of let herself go in certain areas, but I'm going to let that, go. We all go through something as women. She's cocky. She's not smart. What is it? I mean, her dog is adorable, but, Lord, that'll only take you so far.
Okay. The reason why I like Candace is because she was so unknown coming into a character that is so well. I think that's safe to say. Like, people may not know every villain of the Flash. The Flash is a very popular superhero. Like, off the top of their heads, anybody that's never even picked up a comic book can say that they know Superman, they know Batman, they know Spider-Man, and they know the Flash. That's pretty simple to say. And I think for Candace to come in and play such a well-known character, knowing that she was originally a white woman with red hair, and for her to come in, and I think she handled herself with grace, honestly and truly I do. Because when she was casted, before we even seen her on our TV screens, people were already saying pretty racist things towards her before we even could see what acting capability that she has. People are already saying negative things to her. And from the jump, and I've been a fan for a long time, from the jump, I've always heard Candace always being appreciative for her job, always speaking up for women, not just black women. She's always said that she wanted her character and Caitlyn's character to have agency outside of their male counterparts. And I think that Candace, we have two different opinions. I think that Candace has put on some great performances, and interviews have shown that. Mind you, they may not be the most credible, but I think Leanne, I think she works on Entertainment News or something like that, is a pretty credible site, and they have talked very beautifully about Candace, and I don't think that she paid them to talk about her in that way. Have I ever heard anybody do interviews on Danielle besides the ones that she's booking for herself? No. Have I ever heard anybody like try to put her name in Oscars besides herself? No. Not saying that any of them are even on that platform to get an Oscar. But I'm just saying, I think I can name a few, like season 3, episode 16. I think that she was great in that. Season 4, episode 15. I thought she was great in that. Season 1, episode 20 through 23 was great. And I get it that Iris is not going to be everybody's favorite, and people think that it's the Iris show. But at the end of the day, in the comic books, she's kind of is secondary to Barry. Like, she's not as important as the Flash, but she definitely is second to Barry. And I think Eric is trying to show that. Is he doing it in the best way? I think we both can agree, no. But yeah, I think Candace is great. And I think she's so great because we know nothing about her life.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's great because you can't tell me, besides the little scandals that have come and gone, you can't really tell me nothing that you know about Candace outside of her looks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thank you for telling me that. Thank you for letting me know why you do. You're right. I don't agree with you, but I appreciate you saying that and explaining it. So I have a better understanding of where these Candace fans are coming from. But
now I'm not gonna say all of us are nice. I don't think anybody's like me. Okay. And I don't think all Snowberry fans are nice. I think maybe it's because we weren't able to talk, and maybe because we're just reading, so it comes off aggressive, I guess you can say. Would you think that I come off aggressive just before ever speaking to me? Like we're just going back and forth. You thought I was aggressive?
Yes.
Okay, because your friend, she called me a thug, a gang member, called me a gang member, and all that.
Yeah, she's bold. She's bold. She likes to just get in people's faces. I'm not quite like that.
Or internet faces. I'll say that because I don't think she would ever get in my face.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the show doesn't need Iris. She can be gone tomorrow and we can have a fabulous show.
You don't think they need her? Like, what about the speedsters, like the Nora and Bart and stuff? Like, we need her to get pregnant, right? Like, she got to have the children.
Well, let the woman, she's a warm hole for Barry to use. She can have her kids and then get off the show.
Ooh, it's hot. Right. Okay. You right. Okay, so have the kids.
Yeah, she could have the kids. Well, no, she could have the kids, but because she's not a meta, she has these kids. It's too much for her having the speedsters. She dies in childbirth. Okay, great. She's gone. Now Barry can raise the kids without having to be stuck with that. She's a ball and chain around a man's neck.
His black kids, right.
Well, they're mixed. They got some white in them. We can acknowledge that. They're not not full black. They got their hair straighter and they got more white features. So, they're not all black.
Right.
So
biracial.
Yeah, biracial.
Biracial black and white kids.
And there's nothing wrong with biracial. They got a white father.
And so you want him to raise his biracial kids, and then eventually fall in love with Caitlin or Killer Frost. Which one?
Well, I think Caitlin, because there's always been that spark between them since season 1.
Okay.
You can tell Barry had deep feelings for Caitlin all these seasons, but unfortunately he's had to. It's just that he was obsessed with Iris as a kid, and he thought that getting that fantasy of her in his mind would make a good marriage. But obviously he sees that she's nothing but this person to give him a pep talk, or someone that does something stupid that he has to yell at, or for someone to, he's got to do some stuff at nighttime with. That's all Iris is.
But they ain't never showed them hunching, though.
But that's a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah. But girl, I'm sorry. I gotta go on my work. I'm at 4:30. I gotta head out.
Okay, great. Okay.
But this wasn't so bad. I gotta say, you were real better to talk to than I thought you would be. I thought you were gonna be like some of them other people like Candace's, but you're all right. And if you ever want to do this again, send me a little invite. We can keep chatting. I don't mind you.
Okay, great. I'm glad that I could be a good black person for you, girl.
Oh, you see now, the way you say that, but I mean that in a good way. Now, you are good. Don't you forget that.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great day at work.
Oh, I'll talk to you soon. What's your name?
My name is Tati. You can call me Tati.
Tati. Okay, you have a good day now.
Great, you too.
Thank you.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.